Welcome back to Overclocked, guys. Today, we are back in our van, and we got some more stuff to talk about. We're going to be making sure that we're following up on what happened with Sony last time, and we got a few other topics.
Yep. Our main topic today is going to be the rumors of the new Windows 12 OS that's supposedly supposed to drop in 2028.
Yeah,
2027, but
yeah, something like that. Our other topic is Sony facing a antitrust lawsuit in Mexico.
the legal thing that we were going to talk about.
Yeah. And then we also have an article talking about the PS5 emulation on PC,
which is like just PS5 emulation and just saying out loud, just kind of crazy.
I know.
Especially since for me, I used to be really hardcore to emulation back in the PS1, 2 days, and so it's like, okay, PS5.
Yeah, so PS5 current gen emulation is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So here we go. All right, here it is. So this is an article by Chris Hoffman, and we got Windows 12 rumors that he asked straight up to Microsoft. So the first one is, unfortunately, for the Windows fans, is that you're not going to be getting it before 2027. You should switch over to Linux anyway, but...
Which is understandable, just because like only earlier this year was the legit hard cutoff to completely get off Windows 10.
Yeah.
And then they forced the, we're not going to force update on you, but we're actually going to force update on you.
Right, yeah. And, Windows has a lot of enterprise and B2B stuff, so they have LTSC, which is long-term support.
Yeah.
So if you're excited for Windows 12, you're going to have to wait.
Which, side note, with our old build, we could do a call back to that with my old green PC build.
Oh, yeah.
They actually did force a Windows 10 to 11 update on me. It took me like 3 months of fighting it until I actually was able to do it, just because like it was in a weird moment where I forgot to shut down my PC after I was done gaming.
Oh, wow.
And they just automatically updated it. But luckily it was easy to uninstall, so it wasn't like the end of the world.
Yeah. And he's on Linux now anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I bet land.
And then number 2, Windows 12 won't require a subscription. I don't know. So they're still going to continue with their same model where you just buy it.
Yeah, well, also, too, remember the rule of thumb in economics, it's like, if something is free, you're the product.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be, holding some AI processing software that's going to do a little bit of, AI processing, throughout the internet grid for some free processing power that's, on
Copilot.
Yeah, Copilot is going to take up like probably, I would imagine, 30 to 40% of your system resources.
Yeah. The segue off of that, it says most Windows 11 PCs should run 12. So they're not going to up the requirements to like 32 gigabytes of RAM or whatever, something crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting, to be honest.
It's probably I'm pretty sure it's just kind of going to refresh the current infrastructure now of how they molded from where Windows 11 used to be to where it is now.
Yeah.
With so much Copilot integration into everything, and then now they de-integrated it.
Yeah.
Just because now they're introducing their money-making models now, because that's how it is. You introduce people with the free service so that people get used to using it. Yeah. It's like, it's like illicit activities.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you like a little sample?
Yeah, it's a little drug dealer knowledge there. Yeah. Give them the sample, get them hooked, and then boom.
You're like, oh, shoot.
Copilot's out of everything now, and you have to have the premium service to get the Copilot features that you were just used to using.
Yeah, we were just dealing with that. It's like, oh, they just take it away out of Microsoft Word, and I can't use it anymore.
Especially for the corporate enterprise guys out there that know what we're talking about, know exactly.
Yeah, I know. But, all right. And then we did that. Here's the thing that you were talking about. Agentic AI will define Windows 12.
Yep.
So it sounds like they're going to center everything around it.
Yeah.
So
just because that's what they've been shaping 11 to be already. 11, I think, was just a test bed,
right,
to move on to that, and then that's going to be like the full integration with it.
Right. Yeah. And right now, everyone knows that companies are running into bottlenecks with being able to purchase enough RAM and enough, storage to be able to run all these AI models in data centers.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not too excited for this release anytime soon, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to help with the RAMflation and spaceflation.
Yeah, and then they're probably going to require or like sell it with the NPU like Windows 12 laptops will have a neural processing NPU for AI workloads.
Yeah.
And then maybe, like you said, maybe they like start tapping off of other people's computers.
Yeah, exactly.
We were talking about this earlier, but he has a theory that they're going to make it so...
Put your tin hats on, guys.
Yeah, okay, tin hat moment.
Yeah, it's my conspiracy theory about these new OSs. Yeah, their agenda is. And so just think about the concept for Bitmine coining, like, you know, especially with like malware that would install that on your computer or software, and it's using your resources to do a function. I believe that's what all the new, well, at least with especially Windows 12 is going to do, is going to be using that, but that's why they're offering it for free, because they're going to be using your resources to tap in to do micro processing for their AI models. And so then they'll say, oh yeah, we have a solution. We don't have to use so much memory at our data centers, or we'll lessen the amount of data centers. And so, but then your computers through a mesh network would be
a lot more sustainable from a business perspective too. Yeah. So it's like we have these data centers, but they can't possibly work for all the people in the world using Windows 12 that they can push people to.
And the technology for, you know, environmental sustainability isn't quite practical for that amount of data center.
Yeah. I honestly wouldn't be that surprised.
Not that I'm like against that or whatever. I'm not turning to anything like that, but I'm just saying that, you know, just looking at it objectively.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah. So that was our tinfoil hat moment of the day.
Familiar than new. See that? It's like, it's going back to, it's 11. It's just 11, but it's going to be fully integrated this time.
Yeah. So
I bet you they have things on maybe kernel levels that they want to put that into, but the current version just won't allow them to do that without like, without rebuild. But that's just a theory. There's no base on zero facts. That's just me thinking outside the box here. And
so it's like, with it. It's like, I think right now it's like 50 million lines of code, but I need to double check that. Is it going to be like 100 million lines? And they're still building off of Windows NT or whatever the last build they were building. So
just because of that, that's why I moved on to Linux. It's got full control over your system.
Yeah.
And mostly full control.
They're finally re-adding in Windows 11 to be able to put the taskbar on the side, which took them, I don't know how many years.
Yeah, that's the worst thing about 11 to me. I could not use 11 just because they hard locked the taskbar to the bottom. It's just, I can't do it.
Yeah, I like mine at the top, but for the people that like them on the side, hopefully the future is coming soon, or maybe you have to wait till Windows 12.
Yeah. I'm a taskbar on top type of guys.
Yeah, same. So this last part is just stay tuned for the Windows Insider. I think that's what I'm hinting at, is that being able to move that taskbar back to the side, because it's a feature they removed and now they're working on re-adding it, and it just many years, I guess, to do something that Windows 10 and every other version before that could already do.
So pretty much, I believe Windows 12 is just going to be a slight polish with, visual polish with more processing in the background. That's
even more than it already is. So
it's free.
Yeah, that 16 gigabytes of RAM is going to get used up real quick.
I'm pretty sure 16 is probably the bare minimum.
Yeah. That's what it is right now. So I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you make a Raspberry Pi, whole thing corporate would notice. So
they would notice.
Like a huge flag. Like, hey, what's sucking all this traffic out of nowhere?
Yeah. All right. So our second topic, Sony facing an antitrust complaint in Mexico over ending physical media.
Hottest topic of the day, the week, the month.
Yeah, and it's really hot outside.
Yeah, and it's hot. It's 106 outside.
Yeah, that's how I get the AC.
And so
I know the general idea is that if you remove physical media, then the only place to buy the digital is in Sony store, which is an issue.
Also, because of the regional locks. Like not every region gets all the games and media.
Yeah.
Or they either trade, or because it's a cycle that they use. And so,
all right,
you'll clearly lock out countries out of a lot of games because of that. Or they'll have to wait till if they allow to be able to unlock that for their region.
Right.
So I get that. What I'm kind of surprised is how Mexico is like leading the way with this, and a European Union like thing, especially with like don't stop gaming, or stop killing game.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like it's kind of similar to that. I would think that physical media would be part of that movement. It makes sense that they would absolve that, but you would think that it would be like the European Union that would be. I know. They're usually case and not out of Mexico. It's pretty cool.
So they're basically their main angle is that if the discs disappear, anyone who owns PlayStation will no longer be able to choose where to buy their games and would be forced to purchase them exclusively through Sony's store. So that's why they're filing antitrust. Yeah, so that makes sense. So I don't know how long these cases usually take, but probably going to be a few years.
Yeah, years, dude.
Yeah, but
I don't think it makes it that far.
Yeah, so they would become both the referee and the player within its own ecosystem. We know it can happen when a single company controls every part of the market. So maybe that's their whole angle with the physical thing, because I thought it was trying to take away things from people so they rebuy the same thing.
Yeah,
but it's more about control of the market, because now you can't go to Target, you can't go to GameStop, Best Buy to buy a disc.
Yeah, but I mean, on that note, Sony already controls the market. They own the patents and rights to Blu-ray players. So
yeah,
all the physical movie media, unless they're on DVD, which it's a different story, but still, it's like, I mean, we're 2026. If you're not on a Blu-ray player, it's just like, that's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah, just because of the storage requirements of games now.
Okay,
like 100 gigabytes.
Specifically for games. So like Xbox, and then the Blu-ray in there for the physical version.
Yeah,
it's like that affects all that stuff too. And I'm pretty sure like they probably still have rental services common throughout there. That probably really affects them as well.
Yeah,
because like, you know, here I know a lot of it has gone away, but you know, I'm pretty sure there's still a few. I still see a few in like really small rural areas that would have like a actual video rental place that also affects.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think the other thing too is that like Sony will be in control of the price at all times, because I know that Target, you can buy like digital codes for things.
Yeah.
I don't know if those ever go on discount, because it's like there's all the fees and stuff associated with it. I might be wrong about that.
Well, I mean, I guess it just really depends on, you know, because I know they do have like game sales for certain periods of the year, but I mean, I don't think it matters to them. I think they want to force people to digital because they're getting the same amount of money for the less amount of overhead to provide that game. Because out of like, say, what used to be $60 game, and it's on physical media, it's the same thing as a digital version, which makes no sense. And the digital version should be cheaper. Yeah. Because you not have to create physical copies, ship out the disc.
Yeah, that's something that they did say to gamers, like when they announced this kind of stuff, they're like, oh, that means digital games can be cheaper because we don't have to pay the overhead of producing the physical disc.
Yep.
But guess what happened? We never...
And now we got a huge advantage of the PC games where, you know, the PC version of the game was literally $20 cheaper.
Yeah.
Even the physical media. So like a PlayStation 3 game was $60. The PC version of that on physical media would be 40.
Yeah.
40 to 50.
Yeah.
So
we got...
but now it's like, oh, it's just all the same price now. Now it's going higher.
Yeah.
Now even like the base with like a little bit of DLC content is now the same price as like deluxe collector's edition that used to be not like 5-10 years ago.
Right, yeah.
It's just gonna create the need for piracy again.
Yeah.
Which kind of what happened back in the day, because like Nintendo 64 cartridges were $75 in the late 90s or 2000s.
Right, yeah.
Just after inflation, that's like what, $150 game now?
Yeah. SNES cartridges, some of them were like $90 or something like that.
Yeah. I remember seeing them. That's why like we never got a 64 in our family house.
Well, gaming was just too expensive.
Yeah, because like, okay, why not get the PlayStation games are $60 versus 64 games are $75-$90?
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a big Nintendo title, it's $90.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Do you think it's a saving more money? Let me redo that. What do you guys think? Is it Sony trying to save money, or are they trying to control the market, like what this lawsuit in Mexico is claiming?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think control really makes sense, because you can go to retailers and buy digital copies of things.
And the thing is, it's like they're a distributor. They still have to follow the regional laws. They still have the control to not sell you the physical copies.
Yeah,
that's how it works all the time. That's why we have VPNs and people buy physical copies across other market medias, like, you know, Japanese eBay. If you want like actual titles from there, but you're gonna have to have a console that plays it. So
so they could have enacted control at any.
Exactly. So they do have a fraction of control.
Yeah,
to that extent. So it's like that's why the lawsuit, I think it probably won't really go anywhere.
Okay,
just because it's just based on that.
Yeah, I also don't think the lawsuit's going to go anywhere because of the fact that you can go to other retail places and buy digital copies of things.
Yeah,
but it's like maybe in Mexico it's different. Maybe they can't do that.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking from like American justice perspective. It's it's, especially with the console when they have both the capability of doing physical and digital media. I think that's their really ace in the hole. That's gonna like push them through any court case. Just because, like, let's say, you have the physical disc version of it. That doesn't mean you can't get the digital copy.
Right.
So you still have access.
Yeah.
I'm not taking away the complete access to it. Yeah. That's taking away the physical access to it, which, just depends on how you think about it.
Right.
I'm either way. I get it both ways.
Yeah.
To me, I just like it on more of a preservation of art and media.
Yeah.
In the future. So
future people born in 2028, and then when they get to the age of being able to play video games, like who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe 2050.
He's like, how long are the NES cartridges going to last? Because those components are going to wear out.
They do. Yeah. The pins get worn out. The
pins, any electronic components get worn out, overused. So
Yep. All right, so our final topic, the PS5 emulator on computer has been released to the public, I guess. I don't think it's technically open source, but a lot of people are making thousands of contributions with...
It's pretty much their like hello world.
Yeah.
It's like, hello world, the PS5 emulator is here and we're working on it.
Yeah.
Not bad.
We get loaded to the main menu.
And you should bring back physical media.
Yeah. It's a current gen.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's like PS5 because it's like, only about a few years ago, people were actually normally be able to buy PS5.
Yeah, because then you could never buy it.
Yeah, for the first 2-3 years, which I think was a huge detriment to the platform.
I know. Imagine how many more sales they could have got.
Yeah, I think it would have been way bigger than it is if it had a smoother launch.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was understandable just because of the whole pandemic. That launch was crazy.
Yeah. So we have an article by Kotaku saying that it's making big progress. I saw a video from some ordinary gamers, Ludahar.
Yeah.
He was loaded into some random Pac-Man game. It was a 3D game and he was playing through it. It was at 2 frames a second.
Oh, wow.
But that's how all emulators start. So
exactly.
Yeah. So there's big progress. People making their own contributions who are experienced coders, and then they're also using Claude apparently to get it done extra
I think
quick.
that right there,
that's going to make it super.
Yeah, because I used to really be into big emulators back in the PS1, PS2 days, PSP, and it took forever. It took like at least a year just to get any type of update because it was literally just a few guys on some forum that were coordinating and doing it. And now with AI, I could imagine that just 10x, 100x times that.
Yeah, so we'll check back in like a week and it's probably going to be way different. Yeah, it's like thousands of contributions a day.
Yeah, especially when Windows 12 comes out. And it's using your software processor to help you freaking de-engineer or re-engineer the PS5 emulator.
Yeah.
Everybody be contributing to, having a PS5 emulator at some point.
Right. So that's the emulator. What it's called is called Kitty PS5, I guess is what it's called.
Nice.
And they're saying it's running Quake 2, the Pac-Man world, which is what the video I was talking about with Har. And then Power Wash Simulator, apparently, which is, I kind of like Power Wash Simulator.
It's kind of random, yeah.
Yeah, kind of random. And then, as the article title suggests, it loads into the menu of GTA 5. So it's pretty...
Yeah, I like that little catch there. Yeah, it's like, okay, if it play GTA 5, that's kind of like a PC benchmark, just because there's the amount of people that play it.
Yeah, it's getting up there. And I think that's going to give like a big, what's it called? Boost to the community. They're like, oh, let's get GTA 5 working.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because imagine if you had 5 different coders that are working on it, feeding it to 5 different AI models. Yeah, the speed that you could get, they could do this. I'm sure, I'm just curious to see how the actual corporations are going to react.
Yeah,
because it's it's out there now, especially on Kotaku, which is a popular platform.
Yeah, so
it's I'm sure they're planning something, or maybe they already have something, or maybe they have their own AIs that's going to have AI encryption for the future. Who knows?
Right. Yeah. So in the article, they say for GTA 6, because GTA 6 might be skipping PC, according to
Yeah, that was a
video
at
card.
launch.
Yeah, at launch, yes.
I would say they should correct that to PC at launch, because historically they've always released on PC. It would take either a year to sometimes 5 years, but
Yeah, GTA 5, I think you had to wait a year.
yeah,
And I waited a year, and then I waited to get the disc, like, for the PC.
yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, so GTA 5 getting emulated on the PS5 emulator is really crazy. I wonder how long it's going to take to do all those translations, because PS5 is an x86 chipset.
True.
So is most computers that are like desktop computers.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to take that long, especially if they're using Claude and AI.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's going to be pretty crazy.
Yeah, because a lot of stuff they had to do before is probably sift through all the code, and so now they have AI to help them do that.
Yeah.
It's gonna be insane. Pretty sure with that, you'll just see it just keep exponentially grow each time they make it up, release an update.
I think so, yeah.
It's kind of like with like how the Bloodborne port, that's the community.
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah,
Sony
exactly.
do it.
Yeah.
And so it's like over like from the first year they started to where they're at now, it's like the progress is insane. And that was like before AI.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think that'll definitely have an effect on the release of GTA 6 too.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy about AI, because they'll be able to optimize it too, to where like they're able to hardware optimize the emulator.
I know, yeah.
So, because that's always the problem. You always had to have like a 10x computer versus what you
Yeah,
need
exactly.
to get even a playable frames.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and even then, sometimes emulators just aren't just how they're coded. Just sometimes they don't emulate. So there's certain N64 games that when you still play them on modern hardware, they're still choppy, because just for some reason there's a certain characters about it that just can't quite emulate it one for one.
I forgot what it's called, but N64 for developers, there's like, I think it's called microcode. And each developer of each game, sometimes they use microcode. And if you don't get like the plugin for the emulator to implement that microcode, it won't run well.
Exactly.
I think Banjo and Kazooie is an example of that.
Exactly.
Having the microcode.
Yeah, now you say that, because like during the early emulation days, Banjo-Kazooie was a benchmark for getting an emulator to run properly.
Yeah, so emulator plus microcode has to be done on the user end to have a good experience.
Yeah.
At least that's what I know.
Yeah, it's crazy, because it took me like almost 5 years to even find the PS2, what's it called?
The bin file?
Yeah, the bit file to run actual PS2 emulators.
Yeah.
It took so long just because, like, it's back in the day and so many viruses, and files, and there's nothing files, and so much BS. And so you had to scoot through all that, and eventually you get there, but, it's good times.
But that was 10 years ago, by the way, because you need to extract the bin file yourself from your own console for it to be legal.
Yes, it's for educational purposes.
Yes. All right, do you want to talk about the...
Speaking of which, leading way...
Restart real quick? All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Speaking of which, keep it on the same topic as Grand Theft Auto, since we're talking about emulation. One thing I do want to bring up that I just keep seeing all the time, especially how near the release date's coming, is Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
And I have a prediction to where it's going to be one of the biggest gaming upsets in our recent history.
Oh.
Just because on the track record of their previous DLC releases from the last, 5-10 years of GTA 5.
Yeah.
It's like, those are the same people that are going to be making this new game.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially with like how like politicized gaming and the industry has become.
Yeah.
And so torn between different perspectives. That's why I believe it's like the hype that people are giving it so much. It's like, it's going to be the biggest upset when they realize it's not going to be the same game that was made in the same era that everybody loved.
Oh, okay. So you're saying it's still going to sell, but then like once you start playing the game, they're like, oh, shoot.
It's like, I'm sure it's going to sell really good.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be some good stuff about the game, but it's not going to be like, I don't think it's going to feel like that GTA that we all felt from every single GTA release.
Yeah.
It's 3,
Oh man, there's going to be so many videos like with the thumbnail. It's like, this isn't what I expected.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, look how hard you're so critical over some great games like Crimson Desert.
Yeah.
Kind of intrigues me a little bit just because it's like, oh my gosh, you guys, a game like this is generational. the thing is, Skyrim started off out, too. There's a lot of people that didn't understand Skyrim and Oblivion.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
That's why it's niche, but like Skyrim didn't take off until 10 years later.
Oh, yeah.
Then now it's like it's still there. They release a new version every year still. So
I know.
Like,
yeah.
But
Okay.
anyway, yeah.
Okay, so we'll see. We're gonna lock in that prediction.
Yeah.
See.
We'll come back to this and we'll clip this if our predictions are what it actually releases. Because they say it's supposed to release in November, but then there's rumors of it being pushed.
Oh, really?
That's out some unknown date. That's from what I've heard, latest so far. So
Okay. Yeah.
we'll follow up on that for our next gaming news segment for you guys.
It's the YouTube trend right now to be disappointed in everything.
I know, right?
I think it'll be easy to come up with examples that cherry pick, but but we'll really see it real. So
yeah.
all right. So that's it for today.
All right, thanks for joining us, guys. We'll see you next time.
Overclocked.
Peace.